as it always does. All right, here we go, guys. Mavs, Warriors, game 1 tonight from the Bay. One big question for the Warriors. How do you stop an unstoppable force in Luka Doncic? No one's been able to do it thus far, but, man, no one's as battle-tested as Steph, Clay, and Dre. Am I right? It's going to be a good series. Chris Broussard, who you picking to win the West?
Oh, moment of truth.
Nick.
Moment of truth.
I said
you can do it, bro.
I said yesterday that if Luka Legend wins it all, you got to give him the title of the best player in the world. And so, Nick, I'm going to surprise you. I am going with Warriors in 6. Warriors in 6. Did you hear me?
What a
dope. Look, I'm going to admit, Luka is scary. Luka is scary.
You don't say.
But I got the Warriors winning this series in 6 games, as I said. And Luka's going to get his. You can't stop him, all right? Don't tell me, don't worry about the individual matchup. Who's going to guard him? Wiggins, Draymond. Because they're going to get their picks and switch on to they're going to get the matchup that they want. Luka going against Steph at times and Jordan Poole at times and whoever they want to put him against, they'll get that action going. But so Luka will get his. But if you look at that Phoenix series, I think that Golden State will win this thing on the offensive end. They'll guard Dallas as well as you can, but they'll win it on the offensive end because Phoenix only had one real bona fide big-time scorer, Devin Booker. All right, DeAndre Ayton, he's good, 17 points a game, but not a big-time scorer. Chris Paul has always been a reluctant scorer. He can give you 22 a night if he wants to, but he's more of a traditional point guard and not going to do that consistently. Golden State, Nick, has 3 bona fide big-time scorers. And yes, I'm putting Jordan Poole in there. The Water Boys, I'm calling them. The Water Boys, the Splash Brothers, Steph and Clay, plus Jordan Poole, the Water Boys. All of them averaging 19 or more points in the postseason. And you might say, Clay, is Clay still a big-time scorer? Yeah. He's averaging 20 points a game in the playoffs. That's the same he averaged in 2019 when they lost to Toronto in the finals before he got hurt. It's the second most he's ever averaged in a postseason in his illustrious career. He's shooting 41% from 3. So, yeah, Clay is back. So that's going to be the problem. With CP3, no, I'm not. I am not trying to talk myself into it. I'm saying it with base. I'm saying it with my chest. Golden State in 6. Here's the other thing, Nick. They're not going to – they have a pedigree. They have a pedigree that Phoenix, despite having Chris Paul, just does not have. All right? The Golden State Warriors have stared down LeBron James. You think they're going to get intimidated like Phoenix did eventually by Luka Doncic? They have come back from a 3-1 lead deficit on Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. There is no hole they could be in. I don't think they'll be in a hole, but there's no situation they'll face in this series that's going to make them crumble and say we're done like Phoenix did. So I got the Warriors in 6.
Okay, everyone knows I'm going to say the Mavs here because, I had the foresight, the wisdom, the brilliance to pick the Mavs 2 months ago. So why would I change now? The question is how many games? The Warriors, to have any shot in this series, are going to need to be able to come back from a 3-1 deficit because the Mavs are winning tonight. They're winning both of the 2 in Dallas. It's going to be 3-1 going back to San Francisco, and it's not going back to Dallas after that, except for the NBA Finals. Mavs in 5. And here's why. This is a terrible matchup for Golden State. I'll tell you, I bet you Golden State, home court be damned, was rooting for Phoenix. They watched Dallas beat them 3 out of 4 times this year. They watched Steph's single worst opponent this season was Dallas. Steph against Dallas this year, 20 points on 39% from the field, 29% from three, and so physically beaten down, Steph Curry, 67% from the free throw line in 4 games against Dallas this year. The problem for the Warriors, and the reason this matchup is so awful, is they're not going to be able to hunt Luka, because Luka will have his choice of who he wants to guard. I personally would have Luka guard Clay. You might say, Nick, Clay, he's a big-time scorer. Yeah, but he doesn't dribble the basketball. So Luka, be out there in space, use your length. If not, guard Draymond. If not, throw him on Looney if you want to. You can just say, Nick, Draymond and Looney on the court at the same time. Here's the problem for Golden State Wilds. Their 5th guy is going to cripple them in this series, no matter which 5th guy they go with. So you're going to go Steph, Clay, Poole, Draymond as your crunch time 4. Who's your 5th? If you go Looney, then you have 2 guys that do not need to be guarded on offense in Draymond and Kevon Looney. If you go Wiggins, then your only rim defender, Draymond, is also the only guy who has any shot of being able to guard Luka, and he will draw him away from the basket. Jordan Poole, we have seen the Warriors beaten by people hunting Steph. Steph is not the guy they're going to try to hunt. Jordan Poole is going to need to average 25 a game to be a break-even player. Luka is going to pick him out and torture him. What I said jokingly, Phoenix was doing unfairly to Luka, that's what Jordan Poole's about to deal with. And by the way, his offense has fallen off a cliff the last 3 games anyway, because contrary to the opening of the playoffs, Jordan Poole is not already a top 20 player in this league. This is a brutal matchup for Golden State. They're going to need Steph to have the best playoff series of his career for them to win this series. That's not going to happen. The Mavs are the better team, guys. They dominated them in the regular season. They have the best player. They've been better in these playoffs. Wilds, don't you dare.
Did he just convince you, Wilds?
That's the only thing that could.
Broussard.
Don't
What do you want to make, Broussard? You've been to a roulette table. Nick is the guy with a huge stack of chips that you see him keep on picking the right ones. And you're like, I don't know, I don't buy that at all. But then the next thing you know, bingo, there's the Mavs. So against that story, I'm still going to pick the Warriors in 6 because I believe in Draymond Green.
Good job.
In Draymond's,
good job.
Thank God.
Draymond is in a video game. And Luka is the final boss he needs to be. Don't forget, Draymond is out here saying, quote, I think I'm the best defender to ever play in the NBA. I stand by that. I'd put myself up against anyone. Okay, so let's not talk about Rodman or Ben Wallace. Let's put yourself up against Luka. And both guys have been very complimentary of each other. Luka really respects and almost admires Draymond, and Draymond has been very respectful and admires Luka's game the other way. So there's not a lot of trash talk. It's not a lot of getting into it. It's just 2 guys who really admire each other's games. But no one has been able to stop Luka. If Draymond wants to back up all of this talk with some real play, I'd like to see him put the clamps on Luka, because I understand everyone's going to get, like, Luka's going to get that action.
They're going to
And this is a weird take, but stay with me. Stay with me here. Luka's going to get his 2s. Luka's going to get his 3s. I don't want Luka to get his 4s. And by that, I mean, there was points in these last 2 series where Luka would make a bucket and you'd be like, man, that wasn't just worth 2 points. When you're going to body DeAndre Ayton, that wasn't worth 2 points because now DeAndre Ayton's basically out of the game. When you're going too small the campaign's out of the game. You're in his head. I'm counting those as 4-pointers. So look, Luka can get his, but you cannot let Luka start to dominate the game and have like a, what are we going to do mentality.
Good luck with that.
Draymond's got to step up. You're the best defender to ever play in the game. Step up. Shut the